Good afternoon, and it's a damp afternoon. I'm down the road at Towford and I'm not really doing anything. I've emptied the buckets already, hence why I've got my embarrassingly endowed with LEDs torch on my head. The buckets have been emptied. They weren't that full. Last week when I was down, which I didn't film at all, it was frozen. This video that you're watching is a culmination of, I think, 4 weeks worth of visits. The third visit, I didn't film anything because it was pure white, like with frost, frozen snow, and it was just, everything was frozen. Even the water in the toilet bowls were frozen. So yeah, nothing really to report there. We've not done anything with our scaffolding towers. We've not been up them. We've not done anything with the roof. It's just not been the weather for it. It's not been the conditions for it. I've been down on my own and I could have went up, but if I'm being honest, I'm not comfortable going up onto the roof on my own. You know, like as in by myself, if there's no one else here. If I roll off the roof and land in a heap, I could lie here for long enough, and I don't really want to do that, so I'm not going to. And also, it's raining, the weather's crap, and I know that there will be roughy-tufty roofers out there who will think nothing of shimmying up that ladder and reattaching some slates, but I'm not a roofer, so I'm not doing that. So what we'll do is we'll rewind back 3 or 4 weeks and we'll start the video, we'll chop it up and we'll see what it looks like. And that's it. So watch the video, enjoy it, don't enjoy it. What I would say is please do like, please do subscribe, please leave a comment. I think if you leave a comment, say positive things. Even if you don't feel positive things, say positive things because it's good for the algorithm. And we would really like to build up the subscribers list so that we can start getting some of that YouTube money and ploughing it into the project. Right, okay, let's get to it. I am down at Towford. It is the 27th of December. I wasn't down on Christmas Day because why would I come and sit in a derelict building on Christmas Day? I'm not keen on Christmas, but I'm not keen on it. What am I doing? I am building some feet for our scaffolding towers. I've got one set here and another set over there. I'm not entirely sure what we'll have to think about that because the ground's really uneven where we're beneath the roof, so we're going to have to level that off or think about that. But out there, it's all pathed, it's slabbed, so it should be better. I hear you're asking, Paul, are you going to go up onto the roof? And my instinct tells me not to go up on the roof because it sounds like a really stupid thing to do. But I think I will go up on the lower part of the roof. But I will be very careful. I will be checking and double checking the ladders and to make sure that everything's okay. I'm fairly confident with the scaffold and that's fairly straightforward. The ladder up onto the, I have a horror of like just sliding off a roof. Can you imagine that? Because you've got those few seconds you slide towards the edge, knowing that you're going to slide off the edge of the roof. Obviously, hopefully I would land on the scaffolding, the top of the scaffold, and I would just like roll off and like hit the ground like a bin bag filled with yogurt. But you never know, do you? You just never know. And equally, I might just fall through the roof because the roof is the roof. My next job is this scaffolding. This is older, slightly different, same kind of size. So I'm going to get my angle grinder and flap disc all these. I'm going to do that now. I'm not going to film it because it's boring and it's tedious. I'm just going to do it. So I'll come back when it's done and you can have a look at that. That took about 1,000,000 years. I thought that would be, one of those jobs where it's like, quick run around with a angle grinder and a flap disc, but no, 100 years later and you're still at it. So it's dark. I would show you what I've done, but you'll not be able to see. I've started to build the tower, but it's dark, and I know that it's probably best not to build a scaffold tower for the first time in the dark. I think you need to maybe have some daylight to kind of understand what's going on. Behind me here, we have our scaffold tower, which is about a third up, maybe. I don't know how high to make it. I've actually got someone down, Rory's come down, so he's going to go up the scaffold tower because I'm weak and he's young and he'll bounce if he falls off it, maybe. He's not going to fall off it, no one's going to fall off anything. As you can see, we've got our base, which is just to kind of make it a bit more steady. We have our outriggers, I don't know what these buttresses things, that's how they work. I'll tidy that up a bit, it's just not quite down there, these need tightened up, and then we just need to go up the ladder and put more on until we get up to there. And then we've got boards to go across, and then the roof will fix itself. Yeah, it'll just, it'll be fixed. I'm not sure that you should stand this, it's not even that high to be fair, it's only about 2.5 metres on stuff that you bought off Facebook Marketplace for 50 quid. It's not that high, but these planks, I'm not convinced, and it is a bit wobbly, but I think I'll get the other two outriggers, these things that you can't really see, one going that way and one going that way, and I'll tie them, I'll put them down properly, but the roof's just there, I can almost reach it, and I'm deeply uncomfortable, can I just say. It's not too bad.
Standing here it's fine.
I mean, if you broke it, I mean, if you came off it, you'd break an ankle.
Probably break my skull. There's not really anything important in there.
It's very easy for me to say all sorts of things while I'm stuck.
Now that I'm on video, I have to look impressive, so.
Yep, no pressure. I hope everyone appreciates that I'm very selflessly giving you the spotlight, and you know, I would be doing this myself, but I didn't want to deprive you of the kudos of this heroism to hang up. Well, maybe not hang off it, but
I'm not hanging off this.
So one more level would get it up to the level, I think a good level. So if you put those on, unless you can reach from there, probably not.
Nah.
Just critical moment. He's gonna, oh, like Spider-Man, watch this. Let's scuttle up there. Oh, look at that. That is cool.
I think I can see France. That's the wrong way.
Camera up. If you go, it shouldn't be all too bad. It should probably be, in my mind. It's gonna be. So, I mean, I'm not uncomfortable, but nor am I comfortable.
Yeah, because you're down there.
I'll come up there in a minute. Are you, is this? We have a thing going on that way. It's like so tall. Let's do this. Well, it's still running, but it's facing at the ground. Dang it! What a terrible accident! Oh no! It's broken. It's snapped as well. Told you these scaffolds were dangerous. And we're back. And it is bitterly cold. Everything is frozen, including me. I've put the fire on just to take the tinge off. It's actually colder in here than it is outside. It always is. But I think that a lot of the heat that comes out of that fire just goes whoosh and up there. We need to put another tower outside that window there so that we can get up onto this roof. And I'm going to use these 2 bits of wood. You don't need to do this, but I think it's a good idea to put the bases of these platforms on solid ground. There's a path out there, so half of it will go on the path, but then there's the garden, if we can call it a garden. So we need to be able to stop imagine you were like 3-4 metres up on a platform and it just went oop, because one side of it sunk into the ground. Let's not do that. In the comments below, I've eyeballed it. Well, I measured it, sort of. Will this or will this not fit? I think it's maybe the end. Hold on. There we go. Never any doubt. But if I put that like that, surely what's that going to do? In my mind, that's going to stop it. It's going to stop it doing something. If anything, we can. I wouldn't stand on that. Maybe not. Hold on. That's solid. That's not going anywhere. That's like the solidest thing ever. Not a monkey. Either specifically a wee bit more it's actually not too bad. Of course, it's the transition from the platform onto the roof ladder that kind of matters. That's going to be possibly where we all need to be quite brave. We'll be mature about it. We will not cry. We will be brave. This is a roof ladder. Really, actually, it's just a ladder with a roof hook attachment attached, which is what this is. This thing here. This part of the ladder is supposed to hook over the apex of the roof, and you can scurry up and down this and fix slates and stuff. These are all tight. That's not going anywhere, so that's attached. But it's only attached to this bit of the ladder. This bit of the ladder isn't really attached to that bit of the ladder that slides, you see. And obviously we're going to need both, because one isn't going to be long enough to get all the way up to the apex. So what we're going to have to do is figure out a way of setting this ladder to the right length so that it can reach the apex, and the bottom of it kind of gets down to where the gutter is. I don't think it needs to overhang. I don't think that's how it's supposed to work. That feels wrong to me. I don't think it needs to overhang. It just needs to be level with the gutter, is what I think. However, I'm sure that there are professional ladder terms for all this stuff. So you've got the top ladder and the bottom ladder. And the top ladder hooks in there. Ladders are meant to be used up and down, and you're meant to stand on them, and gravity kind of holds it all together. Gravity and weight holds it all together. And basically you've got the two main parts. You've got ladders. This is like a 2-section ladder. So you've got the top section, and then you've got the bottom section, and you've got these hooks here which hold on to keep the top section attached to the bottom section. And then down here you've got these hooks here, these hooks, which basically just hook into whatever rung depending on the height that you want. The bottom section, there's nothing holding it. There's nothing now holding that in place. It's just, that's just loose, is my concern. Now we've extended it slightly. Now whether that's long enough, I would say it probably is. This roof, that roof's straightforward. It's just two. This one has these two, and then it's got that angle on it. And a lot of the slip slates are on that angle, so I don't know, you can't really see from this angle, but you can only really hang that ladder off a straight apex. You can't hang it off an angle like that. So I'm not quite sure, other than putting the ladder at an angle, I'm not quite sure how we're going to get over to those slates. I'll need to ask about that, because a lot of the slip slates are over, they're actually beneath where the one, you know, where the apex joins the down pexes. I don't know what these things are called, who knows, things, whatever. I found my U-bolts, but I'm going to use this strap to join these together, because the thing about this is it works with gravity, right? These hooks down here, basically when you stand on this ladder, all the weight's down the way and those hooks are on there, but up on the roof it's not quite as straightforward as that. So I'm gonna put a ratchet strap between here and up here, and it'll hold it together, so it'll push it down that way, and it'll, in my mind, of course that's going to work. Doing this all wrong. Yeah, how am I going to do this? Put the camera up there first, hold on. I tell you what, I'm not going to film this because I'm going to lose my camera, so give us a minute. I think the first thing is we need to do something with that hole there. That's a problem. So I think we need to get more of these boards, because I'm not comfy up here. I mean, I wouldn't be comfy up here anyway, but I'm less comfy than I might otherwise be. Right, okay, so ladder. And that's it hooked up onto the apex, and as you can see we can get to the slates right at the top, but over there that's going to be a bit of a reach, and I know that I am not going to be comfortable. How would you even get to, how would you, is there like another attachment, another ladder attachment? I don't know. What we need is an adolescent. Adolescents are famous for their lack of awareness of risk. Risk-taking behaviour is very much a symptom of adolescence, and I think that I haven't been an adolescent for a long time. This is a very risky endeavour. Hold on, get some fluff on my lens. Can you see what is missing from this view? Our waterfall has fallen, it's no longer there. You can actually see where there's a ridge of land, ridge of like stuff there, but it's gone. It's completely away. The depth in here, well, I mean, you can kind of sort of see that it is quite deep. I don't know, can't really see with the camera, but it's gone. If you remember, we would be able to stand here, just if you can get your bearings, and the waterfall was there. That's where it was. Remember all the, and this is what's left. So I would assume that, well, I mean, it's not surprising, but it just shows just how much the river moves and changes its course, and will continue to change its course. That will have an effect on that bank down there. Eventually it'll just cut straight through there and wash the road away. I don't know. Anyway, listen, there's a thing. Our waterfall, our flume, our water feature has gone. Ah, what we're going to do about that? That was the Towford waterfall. We're going to make a tourist attraction out of that and sell postcards and... Yowzers. And obviously down here, I mean, I think that that's widened. That's undercut. A lot of that's fallen in because I'm fairly sure this wasn't as wide as that. And it'll get too close to the edge.